Hey, hey, hey.
I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? You and your ass invited. Now gonna get to clapping. Now pop it for a player, pop it for me.
What?
Turn around and drop it for a player, drop it for me.
And
What's up, my bomb squad? This your girl Lisa, and yes, I'm back in the kitchen. Hey, yeah. So this is after work. Quick dinner, pork chops. I'm gonna make a little gravy for the mashed potatoes. I'm using mashed potatoes out the box. I'm gonna show y'all how to make those luscious. I'm doing corn on the cob, which will just be boiling. I'm gonna make a bacon gravy that I'm also gonna use for my spinach because I don't like corn or broccoli, so I decided to make me some spinach. So let's get to it. Alright, so I'm gonna start off. I already have my pork chops marinated, thin cut boneless pork chop. So you just want to cut the stove on, get your pan hot. When your meat hits the pan should sizzle. It should make noise. Because you want to get a good crust on there on the outside, and then turn it down and let it cook the rest of the way. These pork chops are thin, so when you have pork chops like this, these little ones like that, and that's thick. I have thick and thin because Nick took the meat out today. Nick was the meat man. So you have thick and thin. But because they're boneless, they cook fast and they dry out quickly. So you want to give them a hard sear and then cook them. Alright, Nick. So, alright. So all my pans are on right now. I'm going to cook my bacon. My bacon's going to make I'm going to use my bacon in two things. My spinach, and in my gravy, the bacon fat is going to give it a lot of flavor. Yeah, without actually eating bacon. You know how I feel about bacon. Much like unicorns, I love it all. Alright, so I'm going to dice the bacon up small. Make sure you keep your knife sharp, guys. If you have a knife, don't just use it because you can cut yourself. You can hurt yourself real bad. So get a knife sharpener, or this is called a steel. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. This is called a steel. This straightens and sharpens your blade. So you just run it back and forth like you see on the chef shows. So I'm just going to dice this bacon up and let it render out the fat. That's really what I want for the gravy, is the bacon fat. And I'm going to use the bacon crispers and a little bit of bacon fat in my spinach. Alright. I'm not going to bread my pork chops because I don't need to. I don't need to add that extra stuff to it. If you cook them right, you'll get a nice crust on the outside without having to add the flour and stuff to it. So the mashed potatoes is going to be easy to make. But if you don't want them to taste like a box, I'm going to show you how to add a few things that you got in your pantry to make them taste like you just went out back and picked some potatoes. Alright. Now, I'm from the South. Y'all know that. And I don't know how y'all mama was, but we always had 2 cans of grease on the stove. One was chicken grease, one was fish grease. We would use the chicken grease. The only thing we didn't do is you don't use fish grease on anything but fish. But you can fry anything in chicken grease. Pork chops, french fries, whatever. So that's what I'm using. Fried some chicken last week. Using a little bit of the grease. Alright. When you're doing corn, salt the water. It's just like anything else. Salt your water, people. Put some water. Salt is not great for you, but it's better if you have the salt product cooked than to just sprinkle some on the outside. It's just better that way. So season your waters, people. 2, 4, 6. Alright, I don't eat corn, so I'm getting everybody 2 little spikes of corn. So that is just going to boil and get tender. It's already got salt in the water. I'm just putting this up. Alright, as you can hear, the bacon is starting to sizzle. And alright, so as it fries, I just wanted to render down so that they look like bacon bits out of me, and I got all the fat out, which is what I want to make my roux, which is the stuff that thickens up gravies and sauces and stuff, you know, flour and some kind of fat. So I'm using that, and then I'm gonna take some of the bacon bits and put them with my spinach. But I'm gonna show y'all the trick with that too. We're gonna cook that in the microwave. Alright, so when it pops like that, it's ready. You need that sizzle, people. You got to have that sizzle when you drop your meat in here. If you ain't running for your life and you drop your meat in there trying not to get burnt, then your stuff ain't right. I just marinated the pork chops and some Asian sesame dressing, a little mirin, which is a sweet cooking wine, and some salt, pepper, you know, stuff you're supposed to put on there. Alright, so we're going to get those cooked down first. Once they cook, I'm going to put some more in there. Alright, my bacon is over here. I'm also I have my tea kettle getting ready to boil because we're going to make the mashed potatoes. Yeah. Alright, so let me get it. I got, hold on, y'all. Alright, guys. So when you're cooking in the microwave, especially vegetables, it's a steaming process. You're not sauteing them, you're steaming. And they already, especially if you're using frozen vegetables like I'm using, they already have a good water content, so you don't have to add any water to them. First, you want to just put them in the microwave, get them all the way thawed out, get them partially cooked. I use a top with a lid. I don't have any seasoning on it yet. It's just my spinach getting ready to go in the microwave while everything else is going on. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Alright. So, I'm not going to flip it yet. I want it to get cooked on one side, and then I'm going to flip it. Don't keep flipping your meat. Once you get a good crust on one side, and it cooks halfway through, then you flip it over. You don't want to keep flipping your meat. The meat won't cook evenly. Alright, so look. Y'all know this bacon smells. Y'all know what this bacon smells like? Y'all know how I love bacon. So we're just going to render all that good fat out of that bacon. I don't know if it's good fat, but it's bacon fat. Bacon fat is love. Alright, my corn is over here. I'm going to add a little garlic and onion powder. Like I said, I've already salted the water. When you're cooking stuff in water, corn, things like that, vegetables in water, you want to over season. You want to put more than you normally would if you were just sauteing it, because guess what? The water is going to suck up a lot of that seasoning. Okay, so you want to over season a little bit so that the seasoning will get onto your food. That's really what you want to do. Alright, so I got my seasoning in there. Just gonna let them cook. Pork chops are cooking. You want to look at the side of your meat when you're cooking it like that. If the side is starting to change colors like it's cooking, then go ahead and flip the meat over. Now, I'm using the dreaded what's the thing called? Electric stove. So it's not going to be as evenly cooking as if I were using gas. If you guys have gas stoves, it's much harder to get hot spots. And on a stove like the one I have, the electric stove, you'll get hot spots. So you just want to make sure once you flip your meat, move it around. You can see by the crust on this side that some of the places in the skillet is hotter than others. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get her done. Alright, so while we're doing that, I'm going to move my marinade and wash this bowl because I'm going to use this bowl to make mashed potatoes. You know, y'all take food to people's house, y'all bowls. We don't always get our bowls back. So my other bowls is pretty low. I gotta get some more bowls actually. But look at it, you see? You just want to keep an even heat. Once one side is done, let the other side get done. You take it out, start all over again. I don't do a lot of measuring when I cook unless I'm using something specific, like, you know, hamburger helper, rice and rolling, something like that. If I'm just cooking, I eyeball it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna eyeball these mashed potatoes. Cook as many or as few as you like. That is up to y'all. There's no hard and fast rules. I do not like potatoes too lumpy or too creamy. Or too runny. So I try to keep it in the middle. I take the boiling water, add it to the mashed potatoes, which I'm about to show you now. Alright. I'm going to take off the best thing I cooked today, which is bacon. Because I don't need that at this moment. At this moment, we're going to make the mashed potatoes. So, alright. On the ones that didn't have a lot of color in them, I'm going to move them around in the pan because I want them to get a good sear on the outside. And as you can see, one of my pork chops is smaller than the other one because I had a little space. So that one can come out before the other ones come out. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit out. I don't want it to get too dry. Now, pork, like chicken, people eat it medium rare. I do not. This is not my thing. I like my pork to be cooked, but not cooked to death. You know what I'm saying? Not cooked till it is just shoe level. That's why I tell anybody when you go out and you order a steak, please don't get them well done because they're just paying so much for shoe level. Get it medium well. You know what I mean? Don't re-kill the whole thing. Alright, so I'm going to take these out. I'm going to drop this heat a little bit because these pork chops were a little bigger. So I'm going to drop the heat a little bit. And then I'm going to put pork chops. These pork chops are very thin, so they'll cook very quickly. Now since I know the inside of my circle cooks faster and harder, I try to avoid putting anything right on the inside circle. There you go. I'll tell you why I did that. Because they are so small, I don't want them to get tough. I just don't. So that's why I did that. So put the liquid on there. Drop the heat a little bit. Now I don't want to use this liquid for my gravy. I'll make that in a minute. Let's make potatoes first. Look at their bowl. So I'm gonna eyeball potatoes. My kids eat quite a few mashed potatoes, so I'm not gonna make a small amount because I promise you they'll be gone. Alright. If you're gonna use like potatoes like this, I would suggest you get not the store brand, and I'll tell you why. Not because it's awful, but this is already a dehydrated product, which means it's not fresh. And then it only costs a little bit more, but I'm just saying. Potatoes won't come. There we go. So, and then you just take, I use a fork actually to stir the mashed potatoes. Now, it looks like when you put the water in there, it's going to be too much. It's not. Well, the dehydrated potatoes are going to suck up all that water. And you just want to add a small amount of water at a time. I'm going to tell you why. Because one, you can't take the water out if you put too much in and make them run. You can add more potatoes, but you get into this cycle of doing that. Don't do that. Just add a small amount of water at a time. Alright. So this is a good consistency because I'm going to add a little bit of heavy cream. I like to make it a little creamy, so that's what I'm going to do with that. I think I am. Maybe I'm not. Oh, that's alright. I'm going to add a little carnation milk to the situation. Now, I don't know what it says on the box how to cook it, but this is how I'm cooking, okay? Alright. Alright. And this is the consistency I kind of want. Alright. So, I'm also going to add butter. Even though I'm going to use the gravy, I'm still going to add butter. And I got some shredded Monterey Jack cheese I'm going to add to the mix. I'm going to add it all. Even though we're going to have some gravy, it's that little extra, you know what I'm saying? It's a little extra thing you do. Don't stir it too much because what will happen is that you'll make it gummy. Salt. Salt, pepper, that's it. Mashed potatoes are done. Make sure if you're going to use a box product, like I said, put your own spin on it. Add your own stuff to it. That way, it might have came out of a box, but it came from you, so that's love. Alright, put that over there, baby. Alright, so the pork chops are done. Alright, so I'm going to take the pork chops out. I do not want the pork chops, like I said, to be tough. And that's what can happen. You leave pork chops on the heat too long, especially these little ones. Alright. So, last, but certainly not least. Alright, pass me the out of it, please. Alright, so I'm going to show you the spinach. Thank you. Ooh. Alright. Look at the spinach. You see it? It's ready. It's ready. Microwave. Put a top on it. Don't make the top be airtight because you want a little steam to release. And ready to go. Last but not least, let us do the bacon gravy. That's going to go on the pork chops. And alright, so now I took out most of the bacon bits and put them in my spinach. Corn is done. Just sits over there. Actually, I'm going to put some butter in the corn, in the water with the corn. Some real butter. Give it a little butter flavor. Then I'm going to put some more on it when it comes out before we eat it. Here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I need a little flour. I don't want it to be super thick, so I'm not gonna use a lot of flour. Okay? Alright, so that's all the flour I'm gonna use. Because I am gonna use a little margarine in there. Alright. So you want to make sure, I always use a whisk, always, because there's nothing worse than lumpy sauces, and you can eliminate that by just using a whisk. All right, so you want to let that cook for a minute. You want to let the raw flour taste get out of the flour. Raw flour doesn't taste all that awesome, so we're gonna let that cook for a second. I'm gonna get this stuff off of here because you know grease and everything pops while you're cooking, so I'm gonna get that off. It's the only good thing about an electric stove is you can wipe it off, the whole thing. All right, so let me turn this corn off all the way because it's done. Spinach is done, mashed potatoes are done. We're getting ready to be done with the gravy. All right. Now, this flavor, the bacon flavor, is going to be infused into this gravy no matter what I do. But I'm going to add a little water. I'm going to use a little chicken stock. And I also have Zanaran's brown gravy mix. Now, here's the trick, guys. Have stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it serves dual purposes. I think I have some. Wait a minute. And I do. You can use it in sauces and gravies. You can make any kind of gravy with that. Any kind. Chicken, whatever. Alright, so it's cooking. Let it cook a little more. Alright. So I'm gonna add water to get the base. That's just the base. The basic sauce. All in here now, there's no seasoning anything in here. It's just bacon fat, flour, and water. Now we gotta season all that. Alright. I'm gonna use just a regular cooking wine. Hold on. I like Goya. Just a cooking wine. So that gives it a little bite to it. It's gonna cook down. And I also do a little sweet in there. Either honey, or sometimes I'll use different preserves or things like that. Alright, so like I said, I'm doing very little measuring. So you just want to keep building up the flavor. Just keep going. Keep stirring. You want the alcohol to come down. You don't want it to taste like wine gravy. You want it to taste like gravy. Garlic. Onion. Blech. And I'm going to use a little honey for sweetness. Alright. It'll just give you a hint of sweetness. And I like this too. to seasoning, especially when you're making stews and soups and things and sauces like that. It's just layering flavor on top of flavor on top of flavor. I put onion powder in there, but I'm going to put some of this dehydrated onion because it'll rehydrate in the sauce and it'll give it a bacon oniony flavor. You know, it's good, girl. See, even with the little bit of flour I put in there, it's still thicker than I want it to be. So I'm going to add a little more water. Fill out my water. And I'm going to get my chicken stock. Chicken stock can be used about just about anything as a base or to help flavor just about anything. Now, I normally use what's it called? I don't know what it's called. I can't think of it. Anyway, but what I'm using this time, and it's just as good. These are little chicken stock packets. And this is who you get it from. Alright, so water dilutes things, and if you add water to something, make sure you add flavor when you add water. So that's what I'm saying. Add flavor when you add water. Don't just keep thinning something out because you don't like the consistency. Thin it out, but add a little more chicken stock. Add a little more seasoning to it. Because if not, then you just have greasy water. Who wants greasy water? Now normally I would put a little cream in here, but what I'm going to do is just use a little margarine. Butter will do it, but I'm going to use margarine this time. I just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. I like parquet, guys. Everybody has their favorite. Mine is parquet. I don't know why. It tastes more buttery than the other ones I've seen. So that's why I use it. And it gives their sauces and things a good creamy consistency, even though it's vegetable based. Alright. So taste, 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 taste. Taste everything, guys. Taste any and everything that you are cooking on or using. I'm not going to say it's hard to taste corn, but corn is, you know, corn is a kind of personal thing. Everybody has their own situation of corn. So, the taste your gravy. Make sure your meat is seasoned because you can't really taste raw meat like that. Taste your potatoes. Taste your stuff. I don't know what this needs. I think it needs something. But I don't know what. Maybe not. Alright. Y'all know your girl be ever thinking. Let me see now. Let me see you get. Alright. I'm going to use a little bit of some mirin. Told y'all before, this is rice wine. It's a sweet rice wine. And it always adds that, you know, that little, I don't know what I want, but I think that's it. Situation. Alright, I'm going to let that cook for a minute. I think that was it. I think that's what I was looking for. Alright, so here we go. Look at this, guys. Look what I did. Right here, right now. Dinner is done. Look at this. Cooking the gravy. Mashed potatoes are ready. Spinach is ready. Corn is ready. Meat is ready. Now, this is what I do. As the gravy cooks, I put a few pieces of meat back in the gravy because not everybody is a gravy people. You know what I'm saying? You put one of these fat ones in there. Not everybody likes their meat gravy-fied, but some others do. So that's what we do. Stick it in there. Couple of fat, couple of skinny. Also, some of that flavor will fall off in there. Alright guys, so y'all see what's up. And we're done. We are done. dinner. That is fried pork chops, corn on the cob, sauteed spinach, and mashed potatoes and gravy. This is dinner. We are ready. Like I said, make sure your skillet is hot when you cook your meat. That's any meat. If you're not deep frying, don't shout. I don't know how to say it. If you're not going to deep fry things like this, just saute it, which is very little oil in the bottom, just enough to cook it, because they're thin and they'll get dry like that. Alright, we're going to let this gravy cook up, and we're done, guys. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to boop you and come back with a plate. Give me a sec. Alright, guys, and we're back. And we're back with a finished product. Well, the butter fell off the corn. Look at that. We're ready to go. That's dinner in a nutshell. You got your corn, your veggie, your meat, your starch. Yes, you got to get it. And we're done, guys. And it didn't take, what, maybe an hour? Took me an hour. I don't know. Video won't last an hour. But it took me about an hour from beginning to end. And that includes talking to you guys. So, let me fix this camera right quick. Hey, y'all. So, what's up? This your girl, Lisa. This is just a quick after work dinner. Less than an hour. Feeding the family. You ready to go? So, pork chops, mashed potatoes, corn, and spinach. Dinner's done. So this is your girl Lisa. I am back in the kitchen. My bomb squad. My lovely, my sweet babies. I'm back. And better than ever. So make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time your girl drops a video, y'all come hang out with me in the kitchen. This is your girl Lisa, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm back. And I love y'all. Peace.
Yeah. DC Kool-Aid and Lisa doing challenge on your head top. Yeah, you know what's happening when you tune in. Story times, pranks, and vlogging, man. We a great big family, we the bomb squad. We on that grind to a number with a K. Best believe you'll stay. You can chill with the fam like most of y'all do. DC Kool-Aid, Lisa, and Nick too. With Charles and Barbie living that YouTube life. We love our fans and supporters, we a family dude. So come on down to Bomb Squad Town. Have a seat watching videos. And nobody likes to hate. Keep it positive and have a nice day. Oh, I forgot. Smash that like button. Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad. Hey!